Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Depending on what happens today, this may last 10 minutes to an hour. So here I go. You know, here I am. Yeah, no viewers. You want to sit down?
Right now. I'm going to sit down right now.
Didn't think about that. What?
I need some help putting on the phone on.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay, we're back again. A little slow today. Wasted 8 minutes. That's okay. It's a Sunday today. It's a Sunday. So yeah, my beautiful little corduroy microphone. Yeah, beautiful Sundays. Spend it with your family, friends, whoever's closest to you. Yeah. So there's so much to talk about. You got ChatGPT, Bitcoin, stocks, real estate, cars, fashion, sneakers. If I was to talk about a car, I talk about a Cadillac CT5 black wig. I love watching Cadillacs. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful car. It's a beautiful first car. I think it's like $2,750 at signing for leasing, and then monthly it's like a $243 payment. So that's a really good car. I think I don't want that car. Cadillac CT5V black wig. Hell yeah, if I can get it, and I know I can get it. So again, there's so many topics. Talk about ChatGPT, which is a AI, artificial intelligence, uh, search engine that can help you in just about anything. When it comes to code, it can give straight, direct answers. It's a better search engine than Google. So I see myself using that a lot when it comes to writing my scripts and making up scripts. And if I don't know how things go, how things should go, I can just use Chat GPT. You see, because it's easy, just talking about iterations, for loops, while loops, and loops, uh, arrays, else statements, if statements. It's easy talking about those things. Boolean numbers, integers, Boolean algebra. It's easy talking about it. Another thing is performing it, actually doing it. That's another thing. It's a totally, completely different thing. Just knowing about it, but actually performing it, it can get tough. Get element ID dot window or dot. It's not easy. Mm. So I woke up this morning, had a fine breakfast, had scrambled eggs, sandwich with bread. It tastes amazing because the way I do it is just so good. I add onions and meat bits of meat, fried, of course. I have to fry it before actually putting in the eggs and scrambling it up with bits with chopped onions and black pepper on it. So I can chef it up. I can chef up a mean scrambled eggs. It tastes really good. That was a nice breakfast. And I think that's all I have today. I have to take it easy. I have to be on a diet, trying to get skinny. So that's how that goes. And I finished about 75% of this book. I practically have finished it, but if I'm at 75%, you haven't finished it. So this is Sam's Teach Yourself. Uh, There's a lot of pages. Let me show you good. So yeah, a lot of the topics here, I was able to understand most of the topics. I say 70% of the topics I was able to understand. But another thing is actually okay after you put it in bits and chunks and you've read a good portion of the book, let's say like 75, 70% of the book, retaining that knowledge is not easy. You know, you can retain some of it. I remember working with JavaScript and working with JavaScript frameworks and libraries. Then at the end, it was like, oh, maintaining and running a website. It was like understanding JavaScript and code concepts, something like that. Yeah. Uh, 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 uh. But yeah, I do have app ideas, ideas of applications and stuff like that. My hair looks, my hair's just fine and stuff like that. I have really big aspirations, really big app ideas. I can't say I created video games, but I have copied and pasted them and put them in folders and files, and I have played them. I have yet to create my own game. I have been studying computer science for like the past year or so. So I guess that makes me a software engineer. Uh, I have dabbled a lot with JavaScript. Not so much. I'm extremely slow, extremely, extremely slow. You know, but I had edited my scripts. I have edited scripts. I have become, a little bit skilled and how do you say experienced there. Just a little bit experienced, not that much, but I do have it. But I think this book is just is giving me that foundation for all those keywords like iterations, arrays, for loops, while loops, in loops, Boolean numbers, integers. Both these books have helped me keep those keywords in my mind. And I skimmed through the little quizzes because you had to take after each lesson, after each chapter, you had to take a little quiz. You had to take a ten question quiz. So on average, I get 7 out of 10 right on average. Sometimes I may get 6 out of 10. You know, I keep it pushing, I keep moving. But it's a whole complete book. It'll teach you about the ins and outs of web development. It'll teach you about the ins and outs of the HTML and CSS. It does a good job doing that. But will you be happy and skippy and running around everywhere and hype most of the time? No, You will not. There will be days where you will not want to read this thing, man. I still have like 200 pages left of this book to read. So, wish me luck. And it's just a lot of it is just it's just iterating over what you already know or what seems familiar, or what you already know what seems familiar may not be familiar. You may have to get up. I may have to get up in there and read the middle chapters of the HTML and CSS, HTML5 and CSS3 portion that it has to offer. And that's about a 200-page chunk that I have to read before I'm finally done with the whole entire book. But as I'm concerned, I've already, I think I've retained like 70% knowledge of what the book has to offer. But there are still times where my JavaScript or my HTML will literally show up on the browser. I still make mistakes because I'm a beginner. So I'm gonna make nothing but mistakes. It's like I can put JavaScript alert Victor, and it'll show up as a whole entire and as a whole sentence on the web page on the index.html. But I fixed that, and it's like knowing where to put that because you got to put it above. You got to put it um above the / body tag. That's where you put the code, or somewhere along those lines. But always look at your code. Always look at your code and remind yourself where is it that you put your stuff, so that it won't be too difficult when you want to get coding or you want to start a project. But yeah, I have projects. I have little small projects, and that's it. And I have read the Pack series, Computer Science for Absolute Beginners. That was uh, that was interesting because at the time I was working a 9 to 5 job, uh, doing a 9 to 5 job, and then coming back home and reading 15, 20 pages of that book. You know, it wasn't easy, but I got through it and I did it, and I finished it. I finished reading it like 5 months ago, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy stretch. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Well, with this book, things went a little bit more smoothly because I didn't have that 9 to 5, to constantly, remind me that time is, a commodity, I guess, and you can, look at that. You can view it as you want, as physical time or mental time, emotional time, strenuous time. Yeah, but this book has taught me a lot. HTML, JavaScript, and CSS all in one. I don't think I'll be reading. I don't know. I probably will order like I'll probably read like 3 more books and that's it. Something about either Python, Ruby, PHP, and a clean code. I forgot what's the name of it. I think that's where I will put my focus on. Clean code by Robert T. Martin, a handbook of agile software craftsmanship. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be reading. And I already have this book in the digital book, but I just want to buy the paperback copy. It's just $26 on Amazon, so I think I'll buy it. Um, Dealing with JavaScript is not easy. It is not. You have to be structured. You have to know the language. You have to know where things go. You have to remember things. It is not easy. And it is technical as fuck. It is technical. You thought, boy, you have not seen technical until you've seen JavaScript. And then again, it's like dealing with um, the HTML5 and CSS3 part, because a lot of things that HTML5 and CSS3 can do, has been replaced with that. A lot of things that JavaScript can do as they've been replaced with HTML5 and CSS3. So that's interesting. So, and I find myself, uh, the back end part, I found myself just in little baby steps, literally little baby steps. When I'm talking about baby steps, then we're talking about just the baby bottle, just the most elementary, the most elemental basics, just the baby bottle, just the sucking of the baby bottle, just even before the walking. We're talking about those type of baby steps. We're talking about those kind of baby steps. When you're not even walking, you just have the emotion and the will to suck on a baby bottle. That's what we're talking about here. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna walk or you're not gonna run someday. It just means that I may learn a little bit more different than others, but I'm not gonna let that stop me because I only have under a year under my belt learning about this stuff. And for the things for the scripts that I've already edited myself without the help of anybody, I've done good. And yeah, I have a lot of more other books to read, fair credit reporting books, the Consumer Credit Act books I have to read. Those are about 90 pages in full. I may finish them like in one day. I have to get my driver's license. I had to read the driver's manual book for New York City. That's about 90 pages or like 120 pages. I may finish that in one day. And yeah, get my driver's license, get my life on the road, and give this channel the content that it deserves. Because I think I deserve it. I deserve it all. Why not? I deserve it all. But I may edit this, like take it out, download it, and re-upload the video, and probably chop the eight first minutes of it because I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't. I was just getting I was just getting awake. I was just waking up. So yeah, then I was with my nephew. So I may have to do that. But yeah, talk about loans. You want to talk about? I want to talk about loans right now. Loans are not for, you know, selfish reasons. Uh, they're for a bigger purpose, a bigger selfish reason. We're talking about a car. We're talking about a house. You want to put down payment for a house? get a loan. You want to buy a car? Get a loan. That's what they're there for. They're not there for you to splurge it on some Gucci or Versace or some fine dining. They're there for a specific type of reason, you know? And to all my retail traders who may watch me, who have accounts in TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, or Fidelity, or any other broker, I feel for you. You know, who knows what your journey's been like. But I say that the journey is not easy. It's not easy to be a full time day trader at home with a small account. Just knowing that it could be wiped out any second. It can. So if you have a small account, I suggest not to hold on to stocks any longer for a week, even a week. Don't hold on to it longer than a week because a lot of these guys, a lot of it's just a dirty game. I think that the professionals at the top of companies, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. So just like SNDL is a stock that was at like 40 cents for a whole entire year before it shot up to $1 and $2 and $3, just to go back down to like $2 and something cents, a dollar. Right now, SNDL, I'll tell you where it's at. Let me see. At $1.92. What enough with the stocks? It makes my mouth dry. I don't want to talk about stocks because I've learned and I've become experienced and I've gained the knowledge that I had to acquire for me not to make that mistake again, which is on holding on to a stock for dear life. I held on to that stock for about 9 months, you know, and I lost everything holding on to that stock because I thought it was gonna shoot up. I thought, just check the financials. Check the financials. Check the earnings statements. Check the quarterly reports, and things will go fine. Unless you know how to read it. If you don't know how to read it, then don't hold on to the stock. If you don't know what you're getting into, because and then again, you have to put up with TV politics. You have to put up with MSNBC. You have to put up with other YouTubers who you may follow and who may follow their advice. But that's YouTube. They're behind the screen. That's not real concrete as to why you should hold on to the stock. That's not worth on holding on to if you don't have the funds, if you don't have the account for it. Don't hold on to it. You're there for a quick buck. You're there for a quick trade. Get in and get out. That's what a small account is there for. You know, unless you want to make a real decisive decision and go to options. With a 6K small trading account, you can come out winning on the other side. You get in and get out, make like 40K in like 15 minutes. Then all right. But other than that, you should not be holding on to a stock for more than a week or two. It is not advised. I advise you not to do that. Yeah. And I had a good time doing that. I had a good time. I made $1,000 on GME. I made 1,300 on SNDL. I may have lost it all, but I'm still here. I'm still here. Still here reading, learning, reading books, gaining knowledge. Although it may not be at the speed that I want, and I may not be able to comprehend things as fast as I want to. That's okay because I'm still learning. I'm still moving forwards. I'm still going places. And yeah, what else is there to talk about? Other than, other stuff. Uh, yeah, but this is about the only account I can go live on. I can't go live on any other account. I think I can go live on another account, but that's like a business account where YouTube is they're charging me to run ads. I'm not paying for that shit. You know. Oh man. Don't be as I give advice as I become older, I become wiser. I'll be like, I'd say, do not destroy your own dreams. You either come closer, you become farther from your dreams. Each and every day, you are on this planet Earth. You want to have a girlfriend? Do not destroy that. It's simple. It's simple. Having that is simple. You see, those should be those should be your biggest priorities in life. But having that is not as hard as it seems. You want to be a day trader? It's simple. It's not as hard as it seems. All you had to do is just cut it up in chunks and know that, the simple part is just a strategic part. It doesn't mean that things are easy, but it has to be said because you have to be mentally disciplined. You have to be mentally stable. So you have to be like, oh, things are just easy. Things are just fine because you can still cut things into chunks, to small little bits. Not to make your life easier. It doesn't mean that things are easy. It just means it's just a strategic way of looking at things. And once you do that, your life will be better because after you cut everything into chunks, you went through all these steps to be in the place that you're gonna be or the place that you want to be. You've cut it into chunks. You've done all the steps. You went over it, and you see success, and you're gonna see success. But yeah, I don't want to stop. You see, now I don't want to stop. Oh man. But yeah, I think that video has some views. I like the fact that my watch video has like 154 views on it. That's pretty cool. I think people like to see jewelry. I try to go to the jewelry store, but for you to have a cordial relationship with those people, you have to buy some jewelry. It has to be like a two-way street. You can't just go in there with your cell phone and just start recording. That's not realistic. You have to like you have to put down at least $300 payment and $600 payment for a piece of jewelry that you want to wear. And then you can talk business. Then you can talk, hey, I have this YouTube channel. Would you let me film some of your jewelry and you can walk me through it, through the pieces and, the details and the little, details of what the jewelry is and how it was made and from who it's from. Is it from Cartier, Calvin Klein piece, or it's just a regular Cuban link piece. Then you can walk me through it, and then I can do a YouTube video because I have amazing speaking ability. I can speak and speak and present this product in a way where it can get me views, it can get me paid. But yeah, I'm just a hustler. I'm a hustler, man. I am a hustler. I'm an educated hustler, you know, where God has presented me opportunities, you know, and I didn't squander them, but I didn't use them to the best of my ability. You see, so I've also learned along the way to use those opportunities to the best of your ability. You know, use them 100% to the best of your abilities. That means getting a car, getting a house, or an apartment. Any of those three things would solve a lot of things in your life. Those three things. Then you can talk about a coffee machine. Then you can talk about taking a drive, driving to Whole Foods, or just driving in the highway. Then you can talk about that. Then you can talk about driving to the cafe, driving to the mall, driving to downtown. You know, I want to have a good life, bro. My first few years on this planet were not the easiest, I wouldn't say that I did not enjoy it, but I think I already talked about that, already spoken about that in a recent video. But I do not want to work. I don't know. If you ask me, I don't want to work a regular 9 to 5. I don't want to work a labor, a job with a lot of labor. It's just not my body. I mean, my body can handle it, but it's just that my body doesn't want to anymore. I have other things. I have other things, other talents that can get me to that 1%, or at least get me in that 10%. I have other talents that I plan to utilize. You see? Yeah. So,
I need to check my iPad. Where's my iPad? So,
yeah, I got other talents, other plans to do, man. Other things to do in this life than just working a 9 to 5 job. But yeah, and as you know, I am trying to get a job at the bank. It's not the easiest with my experience in day trading stocks and running uh a, how would I say, I was a day trader, so, and I held on to stocks, so that's a profession. That's a real profession. So um I put that on my resume. I put the software engineering stuff on my resume because I do have a year doing this. and they, it's difficult, but I'll put something on there and I'll make it look nice to get that first job interview. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do whatever's necessary, to move like forwards.
Yeah, can you change the TV? Change it later. Take this to the. Ese es su lema, esa ropa. Yeah. Es para que ella la lave. I'll wash mine. Because there's too much things and I have too much bags.
When you open, so you know where I order.
Bien, mi amor. Déjame ver si mami compró. Claro. Yo también. Cualquier cosa que haga.